Hey YouTube, what's up?
Hey there, it's Grixis, doing all kinds of things. Hey there, it's Grix at school, playing all kinds of games. Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, come on down for all kinds of wild things.
Alrighty, so this week what we're doing is drafting Core Set 2020. You're given 3 packs, you open each pack one at a time, you pick cards one at a time from each pack until there's no cards left. The cards that you've picked become your deck. You make a 40 card deck with those cards, and then you play a tournament. You play until you win 7 times or lose 3 times. So I'm going to show you the drafting process, the deck creation process, and then I'm going to show you all the games that I play in this Core Set 2020 draft. In the background, you may hear some weird sounds. That is either my air conditioner turning on and off because I can't just stop filming if I'm doing something like this. And you may also hear my dog walking around, playing games, eating things, stuff like that. So those are the weird noises that you're hearing in the background. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here we go. Because I have oodles of gems, I have paid for this draft with gems. So if I win, I get more gems to replace them. So, pack 1, what are we looking at? Leyline of the Void is the rare, not super good in the draft format. I have a couple cool commons and uncommons that I'm liking. This thing, when it enters the battlefield, you search your deck for all cards of that same name. So if you play a bunch of these in your draft deck, you can easily fill the board with 2/2s. I like that. I like Soul Salvage, put cards back into your hand. I like Fire Elemental because solid beaters are just good. I like the Boreal Elemental because it's a solid beater. It flies, so it's got that evasion. And if your opponent targets it with a spell, that spell costs 2 more to cast, so it's kind of immune to removal, at least earlier in the game. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Boreal Elemental and move into a red-blue situation. That's the goal. Unfortunately, this next pack... Oh my god, Gwen is making so much noise. She is burrowing into her bed. Gwenny! There we go. I'm trying to go with blue-red. I only have 2 blue-red cards here. Enters the battlefield, tap a creature, doesn't untap. That's kind of like removal, and then actual removal. But I have some cool black cards and some cool green cards. This thing is sweet. Creeping Trailblazer. I already have an elemental. Using something like this, though, means I've got to play 3 colors. I could take it. It's still early in the draft. I can shift gears anytime I'd like. Or I could just go blue-green and have this sweet Barkhide Troll. It gets +1/+1 when it enters the battlefield. And you can remove a +1 counter from it to give it hexproof until end of turn. So it's kind of got that Troll Shroud going on, which is nice. Master Splicer is a solid choice because there are some other golems that you can draft. Oh, look, another Foot Soldier. Could have taken that. Alright, let's get... this is a tricky situation. Let's get risky with it and take the green-red, see where that goes. So now we're doing all kinds of different things. We can stick with blue. We can go for the whole blue-red-green package. I forget the actual name for that, so we're going to call it RUG, red, blue, green. So, protection from white +2/+0, as long as it's attacking. I'm not super sold on that. We've got Winged Words, which is nice. Draw 2 cards. It costs 1 less if you control a creature with flying, and we have a creature with flying, so that's pretty sweet. Keldon Raider, enters the battlefield, discard a card, draw a card. So that's nice too. There's a couple solid candidates here, but I'm going to go with Winged Words. Because, you know, we don't actually have to use the Creeping Trailblazer. We can just stick with a blue situation and see what comes naturally to go with it. Fairy Miscreant, that's cool. If you have more than 1, you draw cards off of it. And then this Sage's Row Denizen, I'm really not into that card just at all. Tricky situation here. I think what I'm going to do is take the Fairy Miscreant. Yeah, we'll take the Fairy Miscreant, get more flyers in there. Oh, but now there's a Ripscale Predator. This is one of the best cards in here, in my opinion. It's got Menace, can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures, so it really forces them to take action fast. I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to try to draft RUG Elemental Beats. So we'll see how that goes. Okie dokie. Creature gets +3/+3, +2/+2 for each other growth cycle in your graveyard. a 1/1 Death Touch for 1, a 2/1 Vigilance for 2. Nothing incredibly great here. I'm just going to go with the... Oh, that's not bad. Sacrifice an artifact or land, draw a card. That's pretty good for the late game. I'm going to go with that. Okie dokie. And Centaur, Courser, and Anticipate, to me, those are the two cards that really jump out here. So I am going to take the... I'm going to take the Anticipate, I think, to whittle that deck, get to what I need really quickly. Oh, there's another Anticipate. I'm tempted to take that, but this guy's just so good. Look, the top 4 cards of your library, put a creature from among them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. To me, that's a really solid card. So I'm going to go with the Brightwood Tracker and move on to the next pack. So here we are back around to pack, the pack that we ourselves opened. What we're going to do is take that Fire Elemental that we saw the first time around to really play with that Tribal Elemental sub-theme that we have going. There's no cards that I want here, so I'm just going to take the Natural End because it's our colors. Again, there's nothing I want here, so I'm going to take the Renowned Weaponsmith because it's in our colors. Oh, jeepers, this is really going poorly. Well, when in doubt, take duplicates. There's really nothing left in these packs that got me excited, so I'm just going to burn right through them. So we're on to pack 2 now. The rare is black, and it's this crazy expensive thing to cast, so it's just not something we're going to be using anytime soon. So what we're going to do is take the Cloudkin Seer. It's flying, it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and it's in our colors. So we're going to go with the Cloudkin Seer. Okay, so there's some cool stuff here. There's a rare in this pack. Neat. Untap target land you control becomes a 5/5 elemental. Hey, oh Jesus, I do not want anything to do with that. We're going to go with the Frilled Sea Serpent because you can pay 7 to make it unblockable and swing in for big damage. This deck that I'm building is not good. I'm not excited about this draft at all. Another Ripscale Predator, we're going to take that. But with the amount of green I've drawn, I can just cut green altogether and stick to pure red-blue, which has served me well in the past. Another Ripscale Predator, we're going to take that. This is neat. Enters the battlefield. It creates a 2/2 token and becomes attached to it, and the equipped creature gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked by more than one creature. So you get a 3/3 that has like backwards menace, which is cool. But if you put that on something with menace, that's just crazy. So since we have 3 of the Ripscale Predators, we're going to take the Wolf Rider's Saddle. I really like this Ember Cat. It's a 2/2 body for 2, and it adds red, and you can use that red for elementals. We have a ton of elementals, so we're going to take that. I think this time around we're going to take the Keldon Raider because it draws us cards, and we want to be able to, with all the things that we're doing, we want to be able to get through that deck. Oh, shock. Baby, I'm taking the shock. Oh, no, but now there's this. This taps for green, makes 2 green if you have a lot of creatures. The shock is very, very tempting here, but I have to go with the mana ramp just because we're kind of sketchy with mana right now. We're going to take the Octoprofit here, enters the battlefield, scry 2. Anticipate's pretty solid, but this lets us put our threats back in our library, so it's kind of hard to choose, but I'm going to go with Anticipate just because we want to be able to get through our deck and find what we need when we need it, especially being in 3 colors. There's nothing really here. God, I don't like any of these. I'm going to take the Duress, so I don't have to see Duress on my opponent's side of the battlefield. We'll take another Tracker. None of these cards are relevant for us, so just take the Ox, take the other Ox, and a Forest. Next pack, we have a blue rare. Pay 3, tap, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. Whenever Atemsis deals damage to an opponent, you may reveal your hand. If a card with at least 6 different converted mana costs are revealed this way, that player loses the game. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. 6 different converted mana costs? We have to have a lot of cards in our hand for that. We have how many different converted mana costs? I can't do this right now. It won't let me click? Okay. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 exactly in our list. It is a 4/5 flying for 6. It draws cards. Okay, we'll take Atemsis the All-Seeing. Moving right on to the next pack. a big old elemental rhino, which is very cool for what we're doing. The elemental cat is also tempting. Enters the battlefield, tap a creature. That creature doesn't untap during the next turn. That's pretty sweet. But I think I'm going to go with the Thicket Crasher because it gives your other elementals trample, and we have a lot of those. I'm now getting excited about this deck. So there's another Cloudkin Seer. We're just going to take that to draw a card. Another Winged Words, which is nice. We'll take that, draw more cards. Drawing cards is super, super important, so the more of it that you can do, the better. Another Octoprophet, Scry 2, lets me manipulate that library a little bit. Very, very cool. Another Ripscale Predator. Is 4 too much? No, 4, there's no such thing as too many Ripscale Predators. I don't really like any of what's happening here. There's no elementals. Let's just take this goblin to own it. We're not going to play it in the deck, but we'll own it. This Merfolk Pirate is pretty cool. Draw a card if an opponent casts a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and your permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black. I don't think I want that. Let's just take the Veil of Summer. And you know, it's a good card. It got banned recently in Standard, so why not? Let's take the Centaur Courser, 3/3 for 3. It's good neutral situation there. Boy, we're really not getting some spicy things here. Yeah, we're reaching the end of this draft. There's not much exciting left to take at this point. I guess Negate's cool. Take Yoke Docks, going for that master set, you know. Negate, another one. Maniacal Rage. Now it is time to actually put the deck together. I have to cut 20 things from this deck, so let's see how that goes. Hi, I'm over here now. I was there, but now I'm here. I wanted the whole deck list to be visible for the video, this portion of the video. Okay, so we gotta cut 20 things, so we're just gonna start by removing everything that is off color. So Yoke Docks is out, Duress is out. Oh, that's all. That's it for off-colored stuff? Okay, let's go through and take the more underwhelming stuff. We only got one Fairy Miscreant. We don't need that. Veil of Summer, I'll add it if I have space at the end, so I'll take it out for now. Double Anticipate, I absolutely want that. Moat Piranhas, I'm not sold on, so that's out. Negate, I'm taking it out for now. It might come back. Absolutely don't need the Weaponsmith. I don't do anything with artifacts. I'm keeping the Ember Cat, totally. I don't like Maniacal Rage as a card. I'm getting rid of it. Need the mana ramp. This thing is a solid pick just for what it does. Befuddle, that can go. Cloudkin Seer is fine. Winged Words is fine. I was so dismissive of Befuddle. I'm so sorry. That's super incorrect. Befuddle is a good card. It draws you cards. It draws you a card. It makes your opponent's thing smaller. You can use it for all kinds of different shenanigans. Just right now in the stage that I'm in with this deck, I don't want Befuddle there. I'll probably add it back in. We'll see how this process goes. Keeping the Winged Words, I have enough draw. I don't think I need Destructive Digger to be sacrificing lands to draw more cards. I think I'm okay. So for now, we'll take it out. Centaur Courser, I'm going to take it out for now. It'll probably come back. I don't need Natural End. I don't really like that kind of thing in a draft format when it's just best of 1 games as opposed to best of 3. Octoprophet, I like. Goblin Ringleader, I don't need it. Keldon Raider is fine. Brightwood Tracker's fine. Thicket Crasher. Yeah, these are things I want. Boreal Elemental, absolutely. Fire Elemental, yes. Stone Golem can go. I'm going to try to play with this, see how it goes. I can always take it out later. Frilled Sea Serpent, I like. I'm going to keep it. Ribscale Predator, I want to keep all 4. So I'm actually at 41 out of 40, so I need to just get rid of one more, and I think it's going to be... tough call. This is so gimmicky. It should absolutely be this. It costs 3. There's no way I'm getting that alternate win condition on. I just like it because it flies and it does draw you more cards. Because if I can get to 6 mana with this deck, like, I'm in a very good spot, right? So I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to get rid of... There's probably an obvious choice, and I'm sure someone's watching this right now being like, idiot, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, idiot. But I just don't see what the obvious choice is. I think it's going to be Frilled Sea Serpent. I think that's my obvious choice. Okay, so there we have it. We have a 40-card deck. So now we hop into the tournament, And yeah, there it is. So I am just going to morph myself elsewhere, and I'm going to be here for the duration of the tournament. So let's get to this. All right, here we go. Game 1, playing Rug Elementals Situation. So let's see how this game goes. Based on the length of what I've already done thus far, we're going to see how long this game is based on the length of that game. This might be the only game in the video, but I will be doing the entire draft tournament over the course of however long it takes me to upload all the parts. I want to try to keep each part to a total of 20 minutes. So we'll see how long this game is and go from there. Okay, opening hand. We have no green, but we have the Leafkin Druid. So if we draw a green, we get some mana ramp. We can probably get to Octoprofit on turn 4, which is cool. And we have these guys. We're probably not going to see them anytime soon. Our opponent goes first, so we're waiting for them to mulligan or not. I think I am going to keep this hand. The draft format is a little bit slower than regular Magic, so you kind of have those bonus 1 or 2 turns at the beginning, unless they hit the pavement fast and hard. I should be okay to just ramp to Octoprofit. If I draw that green source, I might be able to get the Leafkin Druid going, which is cool. So we'll see where it goes. So we're going to keep the 7. We are on the draw. We're playing second, and we draw another green creature with still no green mana, unfortunately. So we're just going to play Island Pass. They've gone with Swamp Pass. Like I said, the draft's a little bit slower. So we can kind of get away with playing a bit slower. So we're going to play the Mountain. We still haven't drawn a green, but we drew Winged Words, which is nice. So next turn, we can at the very least use Winged Words. Yeah, it looks like they're about to cast something, so this game is really going to get rolling now. Okay, Angel of Vitality, a 2/2 for 3. If you gain 1 life, gain 1 additional life. If you have more than 25 life, it gets +2/+2. That thing is friggin' scary. So, Winged Words. We're going to tap out to draw 2 cards, and we have found our forest, which is amazing, but now we have to discard a card because we have overcapacity. So what we're going to do is just discard, we are going to discard the forest, because we have more green here in the form of Leafkin Druid. Ouch. Luckily, this thing doesn't have lifelink, eh? If it was gaining life, I don't want to think about that. Okay, so we're going to slam this forest, which is great. We are now in full color mode. So what we want to do now is play the Leafkin Druid, because next turn, assuming Leafkin Druid survives, I don't anticipate there'll be a problem. I can drop that Mountain, and then I can play Ripscale Predator on turn 5, which is so sweet for me. Oi, okay, so this thing is now a... Okay. So what this does is it enters the battlefield, they draw a card, and it gives the enchanted creature flying. It already had flying, so they've basically paid 2 mana to draw 1 card, which I'm totally cool with. So now we're going to go for Mountain, as I said earlier, Ripscale, Predator. I now have a 6/5 menace that they have to deal with, or else they're going to be taking a lot of damage. But the cool thing here is if they deal with the Ripscale Predator, we're going to untap and slam another one. Mind Rot! I have to discard 2 cards. That's not so bad. I'm going to take away the... I'm going to discard the Keldon Raider and the Octoprofit. Check it out, I'm only 1 blue mana away from actually catching Atemsis, the All-See, which is so funny. I really didn't think I'd get to actually swing with this thing. Okay, so they've attacked for 2 because they know they just can't block the Ripscale Predator. I'm super cool with this. So we're going to come in, 6 damage to the dome, right there. Second main, slam that island, slam that Atemsis. Alright, now we actually have a blocker to block and interact with their flying creatures, so they can't actually get in for that 2 damage anymore. So what I expect at this point is they're going to play a second creature to try to block the Ripscale Predator, which, again, I'm totally fine with. I'm happy to see them get in the way and clear those blockers. Oh, spicy! So now they have the blocks to actually get in the way of Ripscale Predator and kill it. And again, I'm super fond of this because I have another Ripscale Predator in my hand, which is super, super sweet. So I'm just going to attack with that and hope they double block and I can clear some of the way. Because I'll be losing 1 card, but they'll be losing a total of 3 cards off of this exchange, so I have 3 for 1 them, effectively. And they're letting the damage in. That is great for me. So now what I'm going to do is... Oh, so this is tempting. What I can do is I can play the Cloudkin Seer and then still have mana to activate Atemsis, or I can play another Ripscale Predator and hope they just scoop. I'm going to go that route because obviously conceding is having my opponent get frustrated and concede is better than me getting value. So I'm going to go for that play that hopefully gets them so frustrated they concede. It didn't work. They haven't conceded. They're still looking at their hand, deciding what they want to do. But if they find there's nothing to do, they might just concede. No, here it is. So now they're slamming blockers like there's no tomorrow because they really just need to not have me have things. So what I'm going to do is attack with both the predators, and that is it. I could probably get away with attacking a Tempsis, but I want to win this game, so I'm being cautious. So here come the blocks. He has to block, they have to assign 2 blockers to each Ripscale Predator because they have Menace, which is so cool. So I'm, okay, awesome. I get to clear their big vampire. My Ripscale Predator does die, unfortunately, but it's okay. They're at 2 life. There's not too many places they can go from here. I'm going to play another blocker and draw a card, which is very good for me. Now, I think I can just dump my hand here. So I'm going to play Chandra's Embercat, and I'm going to play Brightwood Tracker. They could have Planar Cleansing. They could untap and just destroy everything in play, which would be super shit for me. I'm really hoping that's not the case. It is not the case. Nice! They gain 4 life off of playing this Dawning Angel. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's the way of the game. So I need to put on some pressure here. So I'm going to just go in for 6. Yep. Oh, I have mana for this. I'm going to go in for 4. I'm going to go with, I'm going to attack with Atensis and Ripscale Predator, see what happens. So they've assigned 2 blockers to the Ripscale Predator. I'm going to clear both of those blockers. I lose my Predator. It's okay. There's 2 more in the deck, and I can actually dig for more off of the Brightwood Tracker, which is super cool for me. And I've put them at 3 life. They are kind of in flight or flight at this point. I'm not going to reveal my hand because that would be bad. I'm going to keep this island in my hand to pretend like I've got some spooky magic going on when really all I have is an island. Now I'm hoping for the concede here, but that's like such a greedy ask. There's no way they're going to concede. They can block the things that I have. Oh, they're waiting for me. Pass. And now it's my turn. So what I'm going to do on the end of their turn is activate the Brightwood Tracker. I look at the top 4 cards of my library and put a creature from among them into my hand, the rest on the bottom. Boreal Elemental. I will take that happily. My turn, I've drawn Forest. I'm just going to play the Boreal Elemental. That's the way to do it. Resolve. Boreal. Okay. Now, they are in a very awkward situation here. I think the best play is to attack with everything. Except that. Attack with everything. They only have 3 life. They can only block 2 things. So unless they have removal in their hand, they just lose here. Oh, spicy! But they still lose. That's the end of the game. Combat tricks are cool, but the game is... Oh, no! They had lifelink! Oh, fiddlesticks. This game is not over, friends. Not at all. I really got cocky there. I thought I won. Where did the lifelink happen? No, it's from that... They probably... Yeah, +2/+2 and lifelink till end of turn. So they don't have lifelink anymore, so they can't actually start recuperating life, which is good for me. And they've conceded. There it is. That's the game. Cool. I win. Game 1. So I just need 6 more wins or to lose 3 times. So that's neat. Moving right along to the next game. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe not. All right, thank you so much for watching. That was game 1 of my M20 draft. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go finish the draft, and I'm going to record every game that I do in that draft, and I'm going to upload those games over the next couple of weeks. I do Magic the Gathering every Tuesday, so check back next Tuesday to see what more of the draft looks like. I'm going to try to keep the segments to 20 minutes a piece, so we'll see how long it goes for based on those time constraints. Thanks so much for watching. You can find me on Twitter, Grixaschool15. You can find me on Instagram and Twitch, all under the name Grixaschool15. If you happen to miss one of my Twitch streams, those streams are saved to the page for the next couple weeks, so you can always catch up on what you may have missed if you're feeling like you've missed out on something great. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to smash like or subscribe and come back for some more exciting Magic the Gathering content and Pokemon Go PvP content on Thursdays as well. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my little heart. You all have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.